that there's men who identify themselves as women. They do that. And then there's women that identify themselves as men. And then there's this whole other group of people, and they're called otherkin.
Right.
And they identify themselves as animals. As a matter of fact, there was a woman in Norway, and she identified herself as a cat. And it got so much publicity that Norwegian TV did a whole big special on her and followed her around and chronicled her life. And she would wear like cat ears, and she had a cat tail, and she would put these fuzzy things on her hands and her feet. And she said she hated water, and she would hiss at people. That's a whole different sermon. Let's move on. And she would take long naps. And so they followed her life. And so you've got men identifying as women identifying as men. This woman in Norway with a TV show identifying herself as a cat and taking long naps and hissing at people. Listen, I don't care if you take long naps, hiss at people, and lick yourself. You're not a cat. Somebody help me.
Right? Amen.
So, if men are allowed to identify as women and women are allowed to identify as men, and this woman in Norway is allowed to identify as a cat, then I have a bold statement for you tonight. I myself, I identify as a Jew. Let me tell you why. Because God made promises to Abraham, the father of the Jews. Can I tell you something? God has made some promises to me. God also provided for Abraham. Can I tell you something? God has provided for me. I identify with the Jews.
Amen.
God made promises to Abraham. God provided for Abraham. And God preserved Abraham. God has preserved me as well. Tonight I stand before you. No, my last name is not Rothstein, or it's not, Leibowitz, it's not Bloomberg, it's not Feinstein, it's Dean, all right? But I tell you what, I still identify with the Jewish people tonight.
Right?
My brothers and sisters.
Right?
And here's why I identify with the Jews. Number one, because I have the same promises. I have the same promises. God, in Genesis 12, here's what he said. Now the Lord had said unto Abraham, get out of your country, from your family, and from your father's house unto a land I will show you, and I will make of you a great nation, and I will bless you and make your name great, and you shall be a blessing. I'll bless them that bless you, and curse them that curse you, and in you shall all families of the earth be blessed. God wanted to give him a better chance. Amen.
Yes.
You can testify that God has given you a better chance.
Amen.
He took you out of a land you didn't belong in.
Right.
Got you out of an anti-Christ situation, and he put your feet on a solid rock to stay, wrote your name in the Lamb's Book of Life. Somebody help.
Come on. Yes.
It's like he gave Abraham a better chance, he's given us a better chance. Amen.
Amen.
And he did that. He said, I'm going to give you a better country. He said, I got the land of Canaan waiting on you. I got the promised land waiting on you. Can I tell you something? Don't get too comfortable down here.
Come on. Yes.
There's a place where there's a place where there's no more suffering, no more sorrow, no more
thank you, Jesus.
No more hospice houses, no more cancer, no more strokes. Says, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place, and if I go, honey, I'm going to come again and receive you into myself, that where I am, He said, I got a better chance for you. I got a better country for you. He said, I got a better creator for you. You know what they were worshiping in Iraq, where Abraham was? They were worshiping the moon god. God said, listen, you're going to worship me. I made the moon. Somebody help me. That's our God. He made the moon. We don't go worship the moon. We can worship the one that made the moon. So I identify as a Jew because I have the same promises. But number two, I identify as a Jew because I have the same provision. I read this story. Abraham wanted a son. You remember that story? He wanted a son. And then God gave him a son. And then God said, now I want a sacrifice. And so him and Isaac go marching up Mount Moriah. And Isaac, he wasn't dumb. He said, Dad, I noticed we got the wood. The fire,
right?
The altar. But Dad, Daddy, I don't see no lamb, Dad. And Abraham said, son, and imagine the pressure that Abraham was under. Imagine the strength. This was the son he prayed for, the son of promise, what he begged for.
Yep.
And listen,
that's right.
Finally,
that's true.
He said, son, and he didn't, I don't know if he knew it all completely, but he said, God himself shall provide a lamb. Can I tell you something? And God, they got up on that mountain, and just as Abraham had that knife raised, God provided that lamb caught in the thicket. You remember that story? He didn't have to kill his son. God provided a lamb. Can I tell you something? I wasn't marching up Mount Moriah, but I was marching down the road called sin. And the Bible says, all sheep have gone astray. There's none that doeth good, no, not one. All have sinned and come short of the glory of God. But thankfully, Jesus Christ said, hey,
yes, Jesus.
I'll go in his place.
Yes, Jesus. Thank you.
The righteous died for the unrighteous. The godly died for the ungodly. The sinless died for the sinful. I identify with Abraham because I have the same provision. Amen.
Yes.
But lastly, I identify with the Jews. I'm a Jew tonight. I identify with the Jews because I have the same promise, the same provision. But lastly, I have the same preservation. Abraham and his family were attacked, and God provided for them. God preserved them. And then not long after that, Pharaoh thought he was going to wipe out the Jewish people and drive them into the Red Sea. But God preserved his people. Then Nebuchadnezzar thought he was going to throw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into a fiery furnace. But Jesus just said, I'm going to get in there with you and take care of you. Jesus preserved the Jewish people. Then you fast forward. Herod thought he would kill Jesus as a baby. But God said, I'm going to preserve my people. Pilate thought he was going to kill Jesus as a man on the cross, but God said, no, he's going to conquer death, hell, and the grave and rise again victorious. Amen. Yeah. Fast forward and I think about Hitler, and Hitler thought that he was going to wipe out the Jewish people, but God said, I'm still going to preserve my people.
God,
then I think
exactly.
about the 6-Day War in 1968, when Egypt said, hey, that Jewish soil, it'll be saturated and covered in blood. But God said, that little nation of Israel, they're going to whoop Egypt, they're going to whoop Syria, they're going to whoop Iran, they're going to whoop them all because I'm with them and I'm going to preserve my people. But there's a battle yet to come, the Battle of Armageddon. When the forces of the world will drive Israel into the valley of Megiddo. And all the nations of the world will come against Israel. And when it looks like all hope is gone, when they won't know what to do or where to go, here comes riding.
Yes!
He went up like Superman. He's coming back like the Lord. He's coming back. And the Bible says the armies of God are
I like that.
And he has a vesture that's dipped in blood and written on his clothing. It says King of Kings
and Lord of Lords.
And he will preserve the Jewish people. Can I tell you something? He's preserved you and I too. When finance wanted to take us down, he became our banker. When
right?
wanted to take us down, he became our healer.
Yes!
He said, I'm a friend that sticks closer than any brother. When depression,
thank you, Jesus.
He said,
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
Just like King David, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. He's prepared a table before us in the presence of our enemies. Our cup runs over, and our strength is renewed because of our preserver.
Yes, amen. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Woo!
And the provision and the preservation. Praise the Lord. I'm going to sing now. If God's been good to you, I want you to say amen.
Amen.
I want to thank Alan for letting me be a part. It's like my 4th or 5th year being a part of this, and I love it. I want to thank Pastor Chuck for being my friend. I've known him since I was a little boy.
Yeah, of course.
And I love him with all my heart. Go ahead and get that song ready. And, hey, I'm a Jew. Are you a Jew? Say it with me. Say it right now. You never thought you'd say that. Say, I'm a Jew.
I'm a Jew.